This is Shari Levitin with the Heart and Sell podcast series, and we are chatting with some of the most amazing sales leaders, authors, entrepreneurs, and top performers in sales. This podcast is in celebration of you and your commitment to sell with heart and authenticity. You can pre-order my new book at heartandsell.com and enjoy this full podcast and many more as part of your purchase. And remember, what you do matters, but who you are matters more.
My father told me something once, Sean, and it sounds like you really took this saying to heart. He said, for every disciplined effort, there's a multiple reward, regardless of the endeavor. So it sounds like you did things like learning the guitar, studying adult learning theory, swimming. How did all of those other hobbies or interests, how do they today affect your performance at work and your well-being?
You know, it was very interesting because I think the hard part for executives is that you get 20 years down the line and your relationships and the equity that you have, and you're in your peak earning years, and to say, how do I just step away from that? You know, and I guess when you take a look at it, it's really, you have to ask yourself, if you don't, you know, do exactly what you're meant to do, what you're created to do in this life, you know, how are you going to feel about that when you get to an age where maybe you couldn't do it, you know? And I just found that, you know, it's about, you know, I had someone tell me a long time ago, I think a mutual friend of both you and I, what are you willing to give up in order to be successful at what you really want to be successful at? So I think one of the main things, one of the tools that I've been able to use is having support systems in place to be able to eliminate distraction and focus in on that one or that two things that you're trying to be great at that moment. And then what happens is once you're successful at it, or once you put your 10,000 hours in on that skill, what happens is the exponential reward just blossoms. I mean, I have now come back into the industry as the executive vice president for Wyndham Vacation Ownership, the largest vacation ownership company in the world, and I'm running 3 different brands, and I still am able to play and enjoy. Just played in front of 1,000 people on Saturday. So really my life is more blessed and abundant now than I could have ever imagined for myself back in 2011 when I decided to what looked like take a little bit of a sidetrack.